today's video, we do have my 2020 downhill frame ready to be built, but we're not going to get to that just yet. That is for a later point in today's video. I'm just going to give you a quick glance. It's quite nice. It looks quite steezy. We have set up a seesaw feature in the garden into a thin line. I want to know how accurately I can come off the seesaw into something thin as an object. That was the first time I've hit it not on the e-bike with no weight in the bike, because this is weightless. Wow, let's try it again. It is a lot harder than it looks on a light bike. Hey! Not very steezy, quite slow. But what I'm working on right now is where to take the skinny line. Obviously we understand the A-frame needs rebuilding and changing because my sprocket was smashing onto it, hence the slam. So sharp. I'm trying to figure out before I move the A-frame or rearrange it or spread it out or smooth it out. There's some of the comments we've had. I'm trying to figure out what it rides like onto a skinny after the seesaw. Whoa! See, it's quite hard to get accurate actually. I think that is actually okay, especially with it being flat on the ground. If you had the seesaw built up high and then you landed on a skinny, that would be sketchy. As always, ideas, comments, input. Mainland is a garden project in my back garden, but it is for everybody to watch. Any comments or input will be obviously taken into consideration. So if you've got any ideas for the garden on the seesaw, the skinnies, I'm going to be doing more on the skinnies line this week. It's going to be quite cool. Now this moves me on to talking about what I'm going to be building for 2020 with me downhill bike. I'm building a Freeride machine. Before we talk about this small Freeride downhill frame, I want to move over to yesterday's session at Revolution Bike Park. Let's go. Today we are riding the Vision line. We're not probably going to be putting any point of view footage in, which means no onboard cameras, which means one thing: there's going to be plenty of trains. And with Dave, he's dug this line, he's built this line with the Revs crew, and we are about to get stuck in and have a session. It's going to be quite crazy. We're going to have loads of trains, loads of different angles. We have got the camcorder and I'm on the Nomad. It's that simple. So, without any further disturbances, I'm going to switch you guys over to the camcorder and we're just going to go at it all day. I'm so hyped to be here. I'm so hyped to ride. Shout out for tuning back in. I hung up sprocket, so let's go for the take two. Wind has picked up a tiny bit. There's a flag there above us. Check it. There it is. Okay, that was about run 6 or something weird. Insane. I'm following Dave, he obviously knows the lines. I stayed right on that and I found it was nice and kicky, compact, so good. I want to show you guys this road gap, it's actually insane. Oh, the money. Yo. Oh! So, it is amazing today to be taking a break from mainland. Building stuff. That is awesome, technical, but it is not the vision line. That is safe to say. So my adrenaline is running quite high today. The step down and the step out, I would say, are pretty conquered right now. I'm feeling pretty fulfilled with this section of the vision line. So I'm gonna show you guys a hip and then we're gonna get straight into it with a session. Let's go. So, this brings us to the deeper section of the vision line. We've hit the road gap, we've hit the outward gap. Now we are on the flat jump, the hip, which I haven't even really got into yet, which I'm super excited about. And then we're gonna hit a big gap into a step up. I think it's since I've started riding like jump bikes and that a bit more. It seems that I'm back out on the big jumps and stuff a lot more. I feel super motivated to get better actually. Today's like realistically my second session on pushing a little bit harder. And I feel like I'm getting a bit more comfortable on this stuff. Just the scale of the transitions is not like a skate park, which is what kind of confuses me. Like you want to spin, you want to kick out Euro more, but it's almost like a delivery of where you end up in the air. Then you do your trick, rather than if you were on a BMX, you go all lip. I don't know, it's different. It's amazing though, like literally amazing. I can't even recommend it enough.
Yeah! Yes!
Oh! Yeah. That ends the vision session. Basically, I have a Commensal. It's a small, and Dave from Revs gave me it for free. He's ridden it a lot of times. He says it rides crazy. It's 26-inch wheel, which means it's like a playful downhill bike. It's got a super short, and it's actually got the option to change the back end length by like quite a substantial amount by switching a spacer. It's super short, it's quite a nice weight. One thing I've noticed over time, I'm not as confident on lighter bikes. So since getting the e-bike, I've found that heavier bikes feel way sicker to ride, for me anyway. So putting weight into my bikes is something I've been quite conscious of, going back to inner tube, stuff like that. Basically, I'm building a slightly heavier, which is, I think it's alloy. It's definitely not carbon, it's some form of metal. But basically, I'm going to be building this small 26-inch downhill bike. I wanted to say a mega thanks to Dave for hooking me up with a rear shock, which is a DHX RC4 and a titanium spring and a full small frame, which is awesome, and a Freeride RSC brake, which is awesome, and I cannot wait to build the ride. I think it's going to be quite interesting to ride a small. I've got my eye on some forks for it, which I'm picking up on Tuesday. I'm going to build some custom wheels, and when you next see this, it will no longer be black. I'm going to be doing a custom spray job, and hopefully we can have this ready the week or something before 2020. So over Christmas, heading into the new year, is when this bike will be getting ridden, and it is probably going to be my favourite mountain bike because it's a small. I've come to the realisation that I really do want some smaller bikes, which is quite annoying because I've got a few bikes in medium, but I think this is going to tick the boxes that I want. I think it's going to be quite interesting to try a 26 downhill bike, and a little bit more weight in the bike as well I think will help. So let's do this, it's going to be awesome. Make sure you tune back in midweek for another video. Make sure you give us a like. As always, subscribe to the channel and put your bell notification button switched on so that you get notifications when I drop videos. And yeah, the garden's getting built this week. We're going to do some good garden build videos, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace out.